Out for me, what up with it? Pat Banks, what's up with it? DJ Luke Beats, what's up, homie? Josh, what up? Born, what up with it? Eric Chan, what up with it? Joe Fire, what up with it? Bright, Coheed, what's up? Blessings, man. DC on, what's up with it, homie? Yeah. Man, Teak, what up? Joe Fire, what up with it? Els, what up with it? Els, Jack, what up with it, Jack? Salute. Yeah, blessed Monday, sir. Lucrative, what up with it? Lucrative. Night Rider, what up with it? What's up with it? Kenna, what up with it? Norm, what up with it, Norm? Hello.
EA Ski Track.
Poppin' Vibe, what up?
We ain't wasting no time, getting straight to the cash. Didn't wanna count it too fast, had a double bag. And we came from nothing, so you wouldn't understand. Whole lot of plans every time that I double back. Made a few flips, had a double.
Catchy noise,
moves, it don't matter where I'm at. Keep it chrome in the ride, so you know I never lack. I ain't taking chances, so I'm a
The Whip, what up, The Whip?
Dropped the pack off, said he was doing bad, so I knocked the rack off. I had some game in the room, I had to check on, and I'm the type of nigga who name you put some spec on. I hope this nigga do the right thing.
What up, Corey?
Look, he better come back with the right chain. I'd hate to have to hit him with the flame. Shit, but that's part of the game. Look, now you gon' run me my money, I'ma give you some trouble. Think I'm finna let it slide, then back I'ma double. Told you
y'all want this record, y'all can go to EAC.com.
The type of nigga take my shit and try to play me. Look, I'm the type of nigga to bust back, and you gon' run it in, trust that. Shit, let it slide, nigga, fuck that. Flip a bitch, we finna double back.
We ain't wasting no time, getting straight to the cash. Didn't wanna count it too fast, had a double bag. And we came from nothing, so you wouldn't understand. Whole lot of plans every time that I double back. Made a few flips, had a double that. Making bounce moves, it don't matter where I'm
OC Drummer, what up?
So you know I never lack. I ain't taking chances, so I'm a double.
I'm EA from the O, reppin' CA for show. Got a clip full of hits, double back with the flow. You need a hit, I got fire and plus some drum kits. And a beat machine nerves can go dumb with. Stupid, I'm down with Richie, moving hits through the city. We so heavy on vinyl, DJs get itchy. Built an empire on production and dope rhymes. And all the homies on the block get richer from dope crimes. I ain't got that kind of time for the police. I'm in the Starship in the crib cooking mo beats. See, I be decorating walls,
Hey,
halls
Banks,
full of
what up with
platinum
it?
and
Hey,
gold.
Banks,
Another
Black,
track,
what up with
another
Black?
million souls. Beating up the track like a pimp in the hole while I'm staying solidified in the midst of the O. All that trolling on your computer is whack. You gon' make your block hot if I have to double back.
We ain't wasting no time, getting straight
Alright,
to the
thank you,
cash.
sir.
Didn't wanna count it too fast, had a double
DJ,
bag.
what up?
And we came from nothing, so you wouldn't
Davis, what up?
understand. Whole lot of plans every time that I double back. Made a few flips, had a double that. Making bounce
Room at
moves,
the
it don't
top,
matter
what
where
up?
I'm at. Keep it growing in the ride, so you know I never lack. I ain't taking chances, so I'm a double back.
Big shout out to everybody, man. Listen, man, if y'all want that record, man, y'all can go to easki.com and go download it on there. You know what I'm saying? So it's there for y'all to be able to go get. Like I said, again, I tried to make the music direct so we can start showing them how we can do stuff directly from our site. So, man, anybody that want to support the double back, man, can go to easki.com. It's on there. Even some other songs, Legendary, the song with me and Sauce Money. So go check out the easki.com and go check it out. If you're looking for that record, man, go check it out, man. Support, you know? It's good music, man. Play in your ride, man. You know, you can slap it. Tell me how it sound, man. DJ Guy West, what's good? What's good? I heard Rich say original before digital. Yeah, man. Original before digital. That's crazy. That's crazy. I think coming from the era I come from, man, I've seen so much stuff. And you know, I've come to the realization that when you're talking to a younger audience, or even an audience that just came up, just not really paying attention to what's going on, it's just hard to teach people that there's just a big difference in a lot of stuff. There's a difference in stuff. There's just a difference. There's a difference between, like, even going to the gym. You know, I realized, like, you know, you would have on maybe some Nikes or whatever shoes that you like to wear. A lot of people go to the gym and they work out in you know, some Nikes or whatever, but those are not really shoes for the gym. Those shoes are gonna start killing your feet. Your alignment of your body gonna be off because they're not leveled up for your line with your body. Like, that's why you got to get a certain type of running shoe, or a CrossFit shoe that really aligns with your body. Like, everything serves a purpose, and I think that we all trying to do one thing with the same purpose. And I think this is the reason why we're getting bad results, because we don't understand there's just certain things that have certain strength, and then there's certain things that have other strengths. And if we don't learn how to merge them, we're gonna get played, man. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. So, you know, I think people are starting to really realize. I seen Ludacris, he was on Drink Champs, and you know, I don't know what make Nori come up with the questions he come up with. It'd be crazy, the questions he come up with, but it tripped me out because he said, "All right, Ludacris, which one, analog or digital?" And and Ludacris was like, analog, you know what I'm saying? And he was breaking down. If y'all go see the Drink Champs, he was breaking down why he said analog and what it meant to him. And I think anybody that grew up on it understands what it means to them. So just, man, you know, these are conversations we have. But on a side note, I wanted to talk about yesterday, man. We was talking about a couple of things, and I was really, really curious. A lot of people say they don't want no touchscreen, and I thought I was the only one that felt like that. But now I want to reiterate this. Why y'all feel that y'all don't want no touchscreen? If we made a new machine, why not a touchscreen? Because I thought everybody would just love this nice touchscreen. You could just touch it, you know, because people are so superficial now. They just like all the modern stuff, and you can touch it and do this and do that. So I was curious. I was shocked when a lot of people saying no touchscreen, no touchscreen. I'm like, wow. It makes me feel like some of y'all are really starting to smarten up. So I want to see why people didn't want no touchscreen. Why wouldn't you want a touchscreen on a new sampler, a new dope sampler? What is the rhyme and reason behind why you don't want one? I would just prefer a dedicated buttons jack. Okay. So touchscreen wouldn't be just, you know, sufficient for you? I can fix a machine with buttons and sliders if I open it up. I can't do that with a touchscreen so easily. That's a good point. That's another reason why they have a lot of this digital stuff, because they're gonna make the prices go up. You're right, touchscreens are not responsive enough. I think it makes you rely on your ear and keeps human experience there more without the touchscreen. Touchscreen is used in moderation. Good morning. Dre, man, good conversation yesterday too, bro. Good conversation. I like knobs over touchscreen. I'd rather turn knobs and push buttons. I just feel it would make my machine more resilient over time. Man, y'all pretty sharp, man. Some of the answers, man, is really, really interesting, man. I didn't expect y'all to be like sharp like that. That's pretty sharp for a person, you know, because you think the average person, like, oh, give me a touch screen, you can do this, you can touch this and touch that. Like, that's the average start of humans. And it's like, I mean, it's a trip. So I prefer to be hands-on and keep the human effect. Black Sea, what's up, sir? Thank you, man, for the super chat. Starting this morning off, man. Starting this beautiful Monday off like this. I never liked touchscreens from the jump. Really? Man, you know, if you let people tell it, touchscreens is just a thing. You gotta have them. You just gotta have a touchscreen. Like, that's all you hear. I don't touch my X screen. That's crazy. That's interesting. Touchscreens are very finicky with temperature change and are not very accurate. I remember my Triton screen dying out, but my MPC 200 or 2000 stood tall. Dedicated buttons guaranteed lifetime on product, and they look nasty. Dedicated buttons guarantees lifetime on product, and they, okay. I have never liked touchscreen tech in music making. It just doesn't feel real to me, if that makes sense. It makes a lot of sense to me. It makes a lot of sense to me. Fame, what's good? Touchscreen adds static discharge. A no-no for electronic gear. Wow. Tactile touch and muscle memory. I can feel where something is just like typing. I can type fast on the keyboard, but not on the touchscreen. Good point. I never cared for touchscreen either. It took me a long time to get used to touchscreen cell phones. It never feels comfortable when I go to the touch screen. Thank God for links on my X. Wow. Man, y'all some pretty sharp, man. Y'all pretty sharp, man. Like some of the answers y'all giving is really, really dope. Really, really dope. Really, really dope. Touchscreen is cool to have and it's modern, but what does it really do with the sound? It goes into workflow. I use the touchscreen, but it's not necessary for me to use. Understood, Els. I hate all these fingerprints. Bro, that's one of the things I hate. Black Sea called it right there. That's one of the things. Man, bro, I got to just wipe my screen down every day, just fingerprints. I mean, man, if the feds came in here, they would just take everybody to jail. Your fingerprints is everywhere. It's like, bro, just fingerprints everywhere. On the buttons, on the screen. You're like, ugh. And I'm one of them compulsive dudes. I like my stuff to look clean. I don't like my stuff looking like that. It's just like, that ain't it. That ain't it. You got to stay wiping that shit. You're absolutely right. I hate it. I look at my stuff now. I can look at it right now and see fingerprints, just dirty, nasty fingerprints. I'm like, oh, drives me crazy. So that means that's a wipe down every single day. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Absolutely right. Especially when you get, oh man, especially when you get hand oil. If you get hand oil on there, it's over, bro. That hand oil is not gonna be a good look, man. If you get the hand oil on there, it's all bad once the hand oil get the cracking in there. It's over. You know, your touch screen gonna start glitching once you put the hand oil on there. Once you then you start making beats that the screen gonna flicker out. It's over after that. So please don't get no hand oil on your X on your screen, baby. I'm afraid that they just use another Android chipset as the base if it has a touch screen. Ronson made the SP1200 with a Z80 8-bit CPU from the 70s. Got it. It's difficult to use a touchscreen with my hand tremors, turning knobs all night. God sent me for my fine motor control. Understood. D. Fuentes, what's up, sir? Factory warranty void once hand oil. Oh yeah, man. You're not. Hey, if anything's wrong with it and you got hand oil on it, they're gonna void your warranty. Your warranty's done. Your warranty is out, man. Get hand oil on your machine. Your warranty is done. I don't care if you purchased a 5-year warranty. Hand oil on there is unacceptable. They void your warranty out. So please don't get no hand oil on your machine. Josh, what's up with it, sir? What's good? Yeah, man. Yeah, I think y'all got some strong points, man. You know, touchscreens is really, really a trip, man. It's just, I don't know. It takes something away. It really does. I mean, I get it. You could do this and do that, but I don't know. It just feels weird to me. It just, I don't know, bro. It just don't feel natural. And I totally agree with the ones that said what they said. I totally feel the same way. It just, you know, you could take them or leave them, but I'm not really, that's not a selling point. Put it like this here. If it's on the machine, it's whatever, but it's not really a big selling point for me. And I think that's what these companies do. They make so much frivolous stuff that don't really mean nothing, and then you charge more. It's like, dude, that doesn't make it that much better because you put that on there, you know? So I agree, man. Touchscreens need to be more responsive with habit feedback if they're going to use them. I'm a new MPC user, pretty much. I got my Live 2 around 2 years ago. Is there a self-repair scene for the newer MPCs? Suck that the touchscreens is so fragile. Man, that's crazy, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I mean, I would think that is there a new modern day repair place for the newer machines? I'm curious. Is there a new modern place to repair these machines instead of having to send it back to the place where you got it? Because, man, when you start talking about these digital repairs and touch screens and stuff, that could be an issue, man. That could really, really be an issue. If you got sausage fingers, it's all this fool, man. Come on, man. MPC stuff will repair it. You know, I knew MPC stuff sell a lot of stuff, but I didn't know that they do repairs. So they do repairs too. Shout out to my homies at MPC stuff. You know what I'm saying? They always been good people with me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to MPC stuff. So they do repairs over there. There it is. It's not a big selling point. FL and Ableton users may like the touchscreen more than the MPC heads. Machine MK3 taught me how to use a machine without touching the screen. True. Very true. Let me ask y'all a question. How do y'all feel about the machine? I've never really asked that question, man. How do y'all feel about the machine MK3 or the machine plus? The machine period. How do y'all feel about it? What do y'all think about it? Do you think that it's competitive enough to compete? What do y'all think? I'm glad someone is repairing these new machines. It seems like the companies will abandon you after you purchase. I feel like that. I feel like if you don't have a relationship now, and this is the truth, man, and this is the hard, honest truth that I can tell you. If you don't have relationships with these people, you're gonna get the runaround. They're gonna run. They're gonna give you the runaround. They're not gonna honor the products that they're selling, and you just gotta have to go through all kinds of stuff to get stuff, and it's sad. And it's very, very sad. Very, very sad how they do you in these day and age, man, especially with them constantly trying to sell stuff. Josh, I love it. They do tilt screens now for the MPC now. To me, machine has a better workflow. Interesting. You think it has a better workflow for you, huh? Doesn't seem like NI doesn't give them enough support. I've been thinking about picking one up though. Petroni, what's up? Letdown. Hold up. Let me say. NI is too inconsistent. I love my machine. The layout is perfect for me. There's some people that live and die by the machine. I know some cats like my bro Knox, Ninth Wonder. Man, they go crazy on that. They go crazy on that machine. They live and die by the machine. Like, and they be making some, man, they be on that thing. And I'm like, would they be going crazy? I like the machine. I'm just used to the MPC workflow though. Like I've been on it all my life. Like I've made some crazy stuff on the machine though. Don't get it twisted now. You know what I'm saying? I'll have to get back to that workflow and just mess with it. Dre and Daryl, what's good? Appreciate you as always. I have to head out to work. I will catch replay. Man, shout out to you, Dre, man. Love, man. Dre and Daryl, man. Love, man. Machine is cool. I've seen Knots make some hitters with that thing. Yeah, man, Knots be on there going crazy on there, bro. Him, Ninth Wonder. I mean, several other people on there. I think Crisis. There's several cats that be on that machine and they be dialed in. You know, I just love seeing cats work with other machines and show you that it's not just the machine, it's the person behind the machine as well, too, you know. And you know, I know we try to make certain machines look superior, but we also got to realize that it's the person that's behind that machine that makes those machines do what they do. And it's always great to see somebody on a different machine, like seeing the Knots and seeing a Crisis and seeing a Knife Wonder, and they're on the machine and they're showing you, yeah, you know, Kai is pretty much the known, but this catch that's on other machines and showing you, hey, this is possible over here as well, you know. And that's what we need is just balance, so we can have options to really create, you know, and show different ways to create and not get caught up in just, you know, certain things, if that makes sense. Machine is cool. I've seen Knots make some hitters on there. I don't use it, but it's pretty solid beat making tool. Right. Josh, man. However, they dropped the ball with the updates to the Machine Plus. I agree. I've been a machine beta tester for over 10 years. The lack of development led me back to the MPC 4 years. I understand. I totally understand. I think that's a big reason why my guy just went on and moved on from the company. You know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta want to be innovative, and you gotta want to do something for the people. Like I said, man, Cash is doing stuff for money and just throwing stuff out, man. You got to do stuff that's going to help us have great stuff, so we can really talk about it. Like I did a little a speaking thing for the Model D, you know, and it makes me feel good to be able to talk and do a little commercial thing for, you know, Moog, because I believe in it. I'm gonna speak highly about any product because I really stand behind it, and I really know. So we want to be able to stand behind these products. We don't want to just have these products because, oh, that's all we got, and you force fed you in an ecosystem where you just think that's your God. It's like, no, man, we gotta believe that these products is really helping us on a whole nother level. And that's when you start getting the best product, when you can stick and really speak up for the company, say this is dope right here. You know what I mean? I think the machine is dope. It's a good competitor to the MPC. If they can build it to be more standalone with more outputs. They don't really need a touchscreen, just add more ins and outs. Joe, no touchscreen on the machine, and I hope they don't go to that. Carbon Vi, I have an older machine from NI, so can't speak on the new ones. Room at the top. The machine MK3 was okay to use, but unless the computer wasn't powerful enough, then there would be CPU problems. Controllers don't hold. That makes total sense. Imagine if 20 years from now we end up being the finger radiation cancer Oh wow. I totally understand what you're saying, Chris. I totally understand what you're saying. I get where you're coming from. Brother. I love the workflow while creating, though. On the machine? Let me see. I do like that it doesn't have touchscreen. It's decent, even though I don't really like how the pads feel as much. DJ G, what's up? What up? Q, what up with the Q? Blessings, man. Thank you for the super chat, homie. Love, man. Salute to you. Catchy Noise. I've had the machine longer. I can cook up way faster muscle memory wise over the MPC, but I'm enjoying the transitions over to the MPC. Understood. Jazz up, what's good? We don't like touchscreens. We don't like workflow. We don't like the sound of the new MPCs. What exactly would satisfy people at this point? Good question. So he's saying we don't like the touchscreen. We don't like workflow. We don't like the sound of the new MPCs. What exactly would satisfy us? Good question. What would satisfy y'all? What would satisfy us? Good question, Jazz up. What would satisfy us? That's a fair statement. That's a fair one. That's fair. What would satisfy us? What would satisfy us? Jazz Up said, we don't like touchscreen. We don't like workflow. We don't like the sound of the new MPCs. What would satisfy people at this point? What would satisfy us? What would satisfy you? That's a fair question. I think we need to answer that. What would satisfy us? Let's talk about how beats and older machines sound cohesive with just leveling, but the new gears require heavy mixing. That is, bro, I say that all the time, I say that all the time. Let's talk about how beats on the older machines sound cohesive. That's one of the biggest reasons why I like the older machines. All I have to do is just level. Ba, ba, ba. You're absolutely right. I sampled the sound from the complete S61 MK2 into the MPC and work with it that way nowadays when I want to use it. Oh, that's dope. Outwood, what's good? Yeah, I like the DAW-less vibe, but I do my best work in the DAW with my keyboard controller. Okay. I consider buying a micro since they so cheap, but I can do what I need with a DAW. The machine, I like the pad feel, the setup is crazy, could be a real monster. Late night, John Baptiste during the Super Bowl had a machine on top of his piano while singing the national anthem. A lot of eyes on NI. Got you. I do like MPCs better though. Machine has 9 boxes with no new updates. Now, how is going to work with them being under the same umbrella now? I don't know if they really under the same umbrella from what I'm getting. I just think that they just licensed a couple of the software things to them. I think they still their own identity. I just think that they, kind of licensing a couple of the softwares to Akai. From what I know, I don't think they totally under the same umbrella, but I could be wrong. Boris, the sound first. Top of the morning, my good people. What's up, Brother Blink? What's good? I prefer sound over shiny new tech. What we talked about yesterday. Current MPC X with the 4000 sound. Getting the job done is what will satisfy me. Honestly, sound and converters in a flagship machine for me. Hold on. Nothing, because there will always be something someone wants. I mean, look, to be fair, because Jazz Up, so we don't like touchscreen, we don't like workflow, we don't like sound or new MCCs. What would satisfy people? I think that's an interesting question because it sounds more like he's making a statement like people are just complaining, XYZ. I think that, we're at a point now where we're buying so much stuff that we do have to ask ourselves, what would make you happy? What would be the machine that make you happy? Because we're buying some of the same machines, to be totally honest. So I think that's a great legitimate question, what he's asking. I mean, if you're not getting a machine based upon sound and, that gives you different color, then, now you're just getting machines like what really would make you happy? What would be the ultimate machine, I guess, that will satisfy everybody, that will make you stay on it and say, this is it. This is it. What would be that machine that will make you just stay there and say, I don't really need nothing else. All I need my outboard gear and this is it. What would be that one? What would make you happy? What would be that one? What would make you happy? Where you can make, because the reality is no matter what machine it is, you're still gonna have to make some great records. And I don't know if people that's complaining about any of this stuff making great records. That's why you don't see me tripping off workflow and none of that. I don't really care about workflow. Like if it has workflow in there, that makes it better. But all I care about is sound. That's it. I mean, especially when I'm talking about flagship machines, the bigger flagship machines. That's all I care about. The regular machines, I understand what I'm getting. But when it's flagship, all I care about is sound. Workflow, I could take it or leave it. If it got a touchscreen, okay. If it don't, okay. I don't really care about none of that stuff personally, but sound is going to always be number one for me. So I don't really have the same issues. But if I had my choice, I don't really care about touchscreen. I don't really care about a lot of that stuff. I actually like machine workflow, but the CPU problem made me first go back to using analog drum machines and synth, and then onto the MPC. I like the touchscreen. I like workflow. I want a machine that has some character. The ASR 10, MPC 3000, SP 1200, some level of punch and character. Ski side note, MPC stuff just released a portable battery attachment for the Key 37 users. That's dope for on the go. Yeah, I saw that. That's interesting. I don't think I want that though. I don't want that big old black thing on the side of my machine. Me personally, I'm cool. I just plug my thing up. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that on there. That's ugly. That's ugly. I'm an aesthetic person. Like I gotta be able to look at my machine. That's gonna make me mad. That's gonna make me mad. It's gonna look like a big old time bomb on the side of my 37. Nah. I'm cool. But if that works for y'all, that's cool. But I don't want to look at that at all. Yeah, I think it's the sound being licensed out. I want an MPC that can compete with Wardolph Ronson or Groove Synthesis sonically that will hold its value like my classic MPCs do. Demetrius, what's up with Chicago? What's good? ASRX over MPCX all day. I started making beats on the machine. The platform served me well for 1 year, but I'm much happier out of the box, even with a more restricted workflow, better sound, and more creative for me. An ASR 10 for 800. Is that a good deal? Sure is. But just because it's a good deal don't mean it don't need to be serviced, man. I wanted to tell y'all something, man. Y'all are going into getting gear for cheap. And you got to remember these gears is 30, 40-something years old. Even when it's cheap, even when they say, oh, it's in excellent condition, good condition, this and that, doesn't necessarily mean it's in good condition. It might be working right now, but you don't know what might be going wrong under the hood because it's an older gear. So you still got to go get somebody to service it so you don't get your feelings hurt when you're working on it, something go out. You're like, man, they told me this is you're not getting a new machine. You're getting an old machine. So go into that mindset. If you get it for 800, think that you might have to pay another 8 for service or parts. Or 1,000. I mean, this happened with one of my artists. They got this cheap for 1,000. I said, listen, you might have to say, oh, they said it was good. I said, listen, you might, sure enough, wind up having to pay almost close to another $1,100, $1,200. Didn't want to listen. It's like I always know if I get something older or if you buying it from somebody that repairs it like a J Ham, that's different. Or a Bruce Forrat. If you're getting it from them type of guys, it's different. You know it's going to already be the way it's supposed to be. They've already looked it over, did the 1-2 on it. So be careful, y'all, man. Don't get so caught up in getting stuff for cheap. And I understand there might be a back end you might have to pay. Be smart. These are older machines still. And not everybody is honest about what they're selling you. You dig what I'm saying? I got a machine. They told me it's good. I got it. The headphone jacks was not working. I'm like, come on, man. A new flagship MPC with the Sonics we are wanting and the great new UI of 3.0. If the new arranger workflow is what I think it is, probably the MPCX. Salute everyone. Yeah, at the end of the day, a tool is just a means to sound your craft right. Let me see. I think the bigger issue is that a lot of new producers have never used older gear, so they have no clue why we're mad. That's true. That's true. That's very true. When I finally got the 4,000, I'll be fine. Right. It's not that we don't like workflow. It's that we don't like it at the expense of sound. These companies are asking for a lot of money for inferior sounding gear. That is a good, true statement, too, Papa. Very true. Come on, guys. For 133 people in this live chat, let's get those likes up. Yes, man. Y'all get those likes up, man. Hit the like button for the homie, man. Come on, man. Hit that like button. Dre, what's up? I use the Akai MPC Key 37 for what it is, was designed to be and do. Be a sampler and drum machine. I use key groups a lot, then transfer everything to Cubase for arranging and mixing. Nothing wrong with that, sir. Nothing wrong with that. I realized I like the idea of portable more than I actually needed. I think that's what I'm saying. Like, portable is cool, but it don't really mean that much, man. Like, where you gonna really be portable at? You gonna go in the park and make a beat? I mean, if you're in the hotel, you got plugs. I mean, unless you're on the plane. I mean, I guess that's the most portable place you need to be if you have a machine and you're on the plane and you want to make a beat, I guess. But portable don't really mean that much to me. Not to me. I don't know. I mean, maybe it means something to y'all, but it don't mean that much to me. I'd rather have a plug, so I know my power ain't gonna go down. I want to be in the midst of then of my idea and the battery go dead and I can't finish the rest of it and just go out and lose that whole idea. That ain't it. So I don't know, man. Ray, what's good, Sluski? Wish these samplers would have more drum articulation options. Imagine being able to program a redistant snare rolls. Realistic snare rolls. Got you. Make sure there ain't no critters in there either. I ain't seen that at someone's studio, and it was not a good sight. Ice Mike, what up with it, Ice Mike? If Apple made an instrument, it would crush native instruments and Akai. Just a thought. It's interesting. Zaza Genetics has a very cool show called Calm, Cannabis Art, Lecture Music. And I would love to see you there, EA Ski. They would really appreciate someone as knowledgeable as you. Okay. I doubt if I'll be able to be there, but that's interesting to know about it. So mint doesn't really mean mint. It can mean mint. It just depends on where it comes from, bro. Like I said again, some people have stuff like, put it like this here, bro. I have somebody that has a Model D that's never been opened. It's in the box, but it's been sitting in the box for some years. So you got to understand, even though something isn't mint and it's been sitting in there and it hasn't been used, don't necessarily mean because it's been sitting in there, it's collecting dust. There's a lot of stuff that's going on there. So it's not necessarily mint. It's just, it is technically, but you still got to do some. Especially if it's old, bro. If it's older and been sitting for a while, it's like, come on, man. You gotta still do a little homework, bro. They can still get you. That's technically they can get you. I used my 3000 for some things and the 2000 XL for others. The only other MPC I'm interested in is the 4060. I don't need another flagship after those two. Maybe an MV 8800 as a non-Akai. MPC Live with capacitors and converters upgrade to Pro Audio. I think people make a big deal out of portable MPCs. They can keep that portable idea and make a worthwhile MPC, in my opinion. I'm not making tracks in the park, on the job, lunchroom, or the bathroom. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like who does that? Like I get it. In theory, a portable thing sounds cool. I mean, if you're just around and you just want to pick up something quick, I mean, I get it. I'm not against it. I'm not for it. I'm just like, that's not a deal breaker. Like, whether it has a battery or not, that's not a deal breaker for me because I can care less, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a deal breaker. So, with all of these ideas that we have, right? Your portable is definitely for tours and playing. Like if you going somewhere and you're on a plane, I think more for planes more than anything. You know what I'm saying? Because where else you gonna be portable at? You gonna go to the park and make a beat? You gonna go to the beach? I don't know. Would modern music gear being more accessible than ever is going to show who is serious about their craft. With the modern gear not having converters, who is going the extra mile to make it work? Well, that's a good question, Els. You know, so my question is, like, with all of this, like, if you get your ultimate machine, this is a good question right here. If you get that ultimate machine that y'all looking for, that y'all asking for, are you going to even be able to make great records now? How many people making great records now? Do you feel you're making great records now? Because that's really the question now. The question now is, we talking about gear, we talking about that, but now we got to ask ourselves, is your beats and your production right now making an impact for you? And let's be honest. Anybody right now, is your beats and your production making impact for you? And be honest, be transparent, so we can have a real conversation. Is your beats that you're making on whatever you got right now, whatever you're using right now, is it making impact for you? Is it doing work for you? Is it allowing you to feel like, man, you know, I can have a gear conversation? Because this is the thing. To have a gear conversation means that you're doing things that allow the gear to make money for you, right? When you have these conversations, that's saying that you're doing some things. You're in a gear conversation because these gears are providing to your business and it's helping your business explore and get bigger and bigger. And these tools are helping your business profit, or it should be. But if it's not, then the question I'm asking is, what's going on with what you have right now? And why what you have right now is not working for you? Why whatever you have right now is not working for you? I'm just curious. You know, is any of your production doing anything for you? I'm curious. Since my switch from MPC to MV, it took a while, but the MVE is still valid today. One word, MV is a powerhouse, period. So that's my question is this. This is my question. I love talking about gear. As y'all can see, I have a lot of gear. But a lot of this stuff is gear that I felt like was going to help my business, was going to help me be creative, was going to help me, like, let me just get into the mind of EA Ski for a second. I'm from the West Coast. So I had a West Coast state of mind. That's why I have a song called California State of Mind. As I started doing stuff, going to the East and to the South, I started realizing it was different textures and stuff and certain things that was used to create a certain type of feel. So I started getting into, you know, talking to cats and seeing stuff. So when I start producing people, I want to be able to do an EA Ski production, but still give them some of the texture and sound that would complement where they come from. You know, New York, certain New York stuff has a certain sound to it. I remember when I did the Das EFX record, I got a cleaner sound. Anybody go back, I want y'all to go check out this record called this Das EFX record. What was it called? Oh my goodness, what is the name of the record called? If y'all just probably go Google it, I mean YouTube it says Das EFX remix EA Ski, and it sounded like some East Coast. It sounded East Coastish because I was thinking of the feel and the texture. Some of these things give me those textures that I wouldn't do on my own. So certain gears allow you to get in a range where you don't have to try to sit there all day and dissect it. It just gives you that chemistry. Backing effects, there you go. Backing effects, there you go. Because I couldn't remember it. But a lot of people's like, man, Ski, you did that. So y'all go listen to that. It doesn't even sound like something that I would do, but that's the challenge of having certain type of gear that give you something, like having the S950. It has a different type of texture. Having this Emax, it has a different texture. Having the SP1200, the SP12 have a different texture to it. So, you know, but this is the thing. I know we talk about a lot of gear on here, but now the question is this gear that y'all asking for, is it going to help you? And if you say yes, it's going to help you, then my question is why the gear you have now not helping you? What gear do you have now, and why is it not helping you? Do you think that getting another gear is going to make you make a better record? I'm curious. Do you think having the perfect gear that you want going to make you a better record? Yeah, dang, you too, Bobcat surprised me with LL. Yeah, I know. Yeah, man, because you know what we was doing one-on-one is that we were just trying, like us from the West, we look up to the East. I mean, they the big brothers, you know what I'm saying? So we wanted to fit in with the East. So even though we had our own style, I wanted to be able to do some stuff. And you know, so you started studying certain things. You started learning, you know. So, man, you know, I want y'all to go back and check that record out. Ski, what did you use to make that Dodge effect? I want to say, man, that was so long ago. I want to say the SP. I want to say the SP. Yeah, I want to say the SP. I want to say the SP. If I'm not mistaken, it was the SP. But when you're dope, you can do what you imagine the new gear does without ever having it. That's what I'm saying. Like, what I'm asking cats is it realistic to ask for something new and groundbreaking when you're not able to even do it on the stuff you have? Is having something new and groundbreaking going to make your production better? Are you really that good of a producer or beat maker to even inquire having something better? Or is it just going to make you feel like you better? This is a real question. I'm just asking. Like, let's just say you get the perfect sampler, the perfect drum machine. You get everything that you're looking for. I mean, whether you touchscreen or whatever your dream thing is that going to allow you to financially pay your bills and you have a career with your music when you get that perfect sampler and that perfect drum machine? I'm just curious. Because now we got to have a real conversation away from the gear now. Can you make something dope on what you have right now? And if you say yes, then where's it at? Where's it at? Do you have a video for it? Do you have something where it's getting some type of traction? You know, why would you want something that's way more expensive when you can't even pay for what you're doing right now? Like you saying you having a hard time surviving doing music, but you want higher end gear. Some people shouldn't even be in that conversation if you're not ready for that. If you're not ready for that, you know what I'm saying? Because music ain't paying nobody's bills right now. So for people to want higher end stuff, I would hope that you got some good stuff going on where it's you know, you're getting a little bit of those finances back. You know? Is that happening? I'm curious. It was a couple of people that went out and bought my SE SP1200 because the thought of having it was dope. And then a couple months down, they're like, man, I'm gonna have to sell it, man. You know, I'm having hard times. Sometimes the thought of just getting something new might supersede of where you need to be. Because I could talk the gear talk because I know what I need for me and I know what I'm doing. But I don't know if everybody else could talk like that. And if you can, man, tell me why. And tell me, man, lead me to some of the music so I could go purchase. Because, man, if you want the type of stuff I want, then that means that you're doing some, man, you cooking. So let me hear it. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. I want to hear it, man. You got to be realistic with what y'all asking for out here, man. Like, I get it. You know, we want this, we want that, but are you really ready for that? Are you really, really ready for that? Can you even make a great record? Can you make a great record? For everybody that say they want this, they want that, they want that, my question is if we played the record right now on this live, would people say, hey, you need a new machine because you sound incredible? Or they say, nah, man, you just be better off on the calculator. For me, no. A good producer can make records on anything. Our brains is the ultimate machine that can make something dope. No, I believe the best gear or the worst gear is not make a great record. It will only influence the efforts put into it, but that is it. If you don't have fundamental skills, no gear will matter. I see it like this. All equipment is like a personal toolbox. How expensive it is doesn't matter. It takes a while before you master it too. I bet a lot of people use no more than 30, 50% of their equipment. True. It's the driver, not the car. It's a feeling. It adds some color to sound from audio engineering aspects. A trash beat is not trash beats regardless. Years ago, RZA said, don't get a new piece of gear until you master what you have. Yeah. I mean, you know, have y'all really mastered what y'all got? Peep out Junior Max, speaking from experience. Okay, I'll try to check that out, Ice Mike. Have y'all really mastered what y'all have? You can sell it over here to me. I'll cop it. Who wants to sell the SP1200, the EA Ski Edition? I enjoy my setup. I can get busy, but my thing is being sold something overpriced. I want dope gear for everyone. Yeah, I mean, me too. I'm just saying, like, a lot of people, listen, I've said this before. I want everybody to be dope. I want people to get the machines that they want, no doubt. But I want people to also be honest. Like, are you really making great records that require you to have these type of high-end machines? Because the machines I'm talking about is I want to be able to put on something and be able to have it sonically sound the way I want so I can move and do what I need to do. That's what I need. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got older gear and I'm gonna keep my older gear, but there's really no newer gear that sonically gives us that type of feeling. And I think that that's crazy to be in 2025. And I've asked y'all maybe last week or so, well, what machine that's out right now that sonically is compatible to a 3000, to a 4000, to an ASR 10, to an ASR X Pro? Like, we're in 2025. You would think that it would be multiple machines out here that sonically are banging. Like, okay, cool, we got the workflow. But what machines is sonically banging? Like, as soon as you hit the outputs and inputs, you're like, man, this is a problem. And nobody's giving me an answer. So for me, that's what I'm on a mission for, because I want something that's going to be sonically banging. And it's only right, especially if it's a flagship. I don't care who flagship it is. I don't care who flagship it is. I don't care who makes it, just as long as it's banging. The one-on-one beats are my sonic facts. I hear you. Kanye still quietly used the ASR 10 after all this time. Why? Fleetway, why? That's a good statement, because I do see Kanye always go back and he pulls out the ASR 10. Why? Why do y'all think Kanye always go back and pull that ASR 10 out? Why? I even seen Alchemist pull out his ASR 10, was showing how he made something and pulled it out. Like, why do you think certain guys are saying, you know what? Maybe I need to go back to this machine. Why? Why you think that? Why you think that? Glenn says the S2400 comes close. Anybody that has an S2400, do you think that the S2400 comes close sonically? I need all y'all to be honest. Do y'all think that the S2400 comes close sonically? We're just having a real conversation. Do y'all think that the S2400 come close sound-wise? DeMar Jones, what's good? Unfortunately, a lot of people buy gear to compensate for trash music and lack of progress, and I totally agree. I totally agree, DeMar. I totally agree. People buy equipment to feel like they're better than what they are, and they have no music to back up their critique of gear, you know, and that could be a problem. That could be a problem. I totally agree with you. You know, you don't want to get into a gear thing when you're not really making great music. If you're not really making great music and you're not really on the path of making great music, stick to what you got, master that. And as you master that, then you can start saying, okay, now I need something to step me up some. Because that's what it is. It's like martial arts, you know? You want to practice a front kick. You want to practice a front punch, a block, block. You want to practice your basics. Once you study your basics and you have gotten like really good at your basics, now we can add boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Now you add to it. Life is all about adding to your skill level, not having skillful things and you trash and you're trying to make a machine your God and you're not even good to handle the machine that you're working on. Like, you got to master what you own, bro. You have to master what you own, bro. I told y'all, man, my life story is I was on the 606 for years, a small rolling, a silver rolling 606, just making beats. That's all I had. I made so many patterns on there. I probably wore the machine out. I was just that's all I had. But I had nothing but time to learn this 606. That's all. I didn't even have a sampler. It took me years. To figure out. But when I got on other gear, I was ready for it. I couldn't wait to get on something else. And when I did, I made a point to try to master that as well. For real. Ski, what company do you think is capable of making a solid in the box piece of gear? And who do you think would achieve the goal first? I think Mr. Ronson. Because he has the passion. Like, first of all, he is that guy. He knows circuitry. He is really that guy that knows circuitry. He is that guy. I think he would probably do it first because, I mean, there's probably somebody else that could, but he has the love for sound. And I've showed y'all the clips. The first thing he said, sound is the key to your heart. Like, you know, it's a clip that I have that he's talked about. He knows the inside of machines. He knows the circuitry. He is deep. Mr. Ronson is probably one of the deepest persons that I've talked to that when it comes to sampler drum machines, along with Guru. You know what I'm saying? And KLC. The 2400 is not that much better than the MPC-X to be bothered with its limitations. My Live 2 with the EA Ski kits make my machine sound competitively good. Hold on, let me take the super chat though. T-Mac, what's up, Ski? My main peeve is cats buying gear and doing absolutely nothing with it. You got young kids out here making hits with just FL Studios. I'm kind of on Bolo's side now. What's the point of ordering gear and do nothing with it professionally? I agree, man. I mean, if you're gonna ask for stuff, and you're gonna ask for the big boy stuff, and you're gonna ask for this, you're gonna ask for that, you know, it really would make sense that you're able to put that to work and make it make sense for you. You know, what is the point of having this stuff and you're just not making nothing else? That it just don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. You're just having gear just to say you got it. Man, I'd be damned, man. If I you make me the machine that I want, bro, I guarantee you won't hear nothing of all these other machines right now. I will be on that machine until I master that machine and make some great records coming off of that new machine. They make the machine that I'm looking for. I can promise you this, and people on here will attest for this. You will not see no other machine besides that machine for a year, for months until I master it and study it and make some stuff that sound incredible coming from it. Y'all watch me. Y'all watch me take this ASRX Pro. I didn't learn. I was on the phone with J Ham every day. Hey, bro, how you do this? Hey, bro, how you do that? Hey, bro, how you do this? Every day. Until I was, and then he was hitting me like, damn, Ski, you got that thing sounding incredible, because that's what I do. I'm not trying to move on to other machines and I don't study the machine that I'm on and do something and then try to make a great record with it at that. Meaning, I don't want to just have a machine that's sitting around. I want to be able to say, hey, I made this record on this. I made this record on this. So you know the potentials of what it could do if you put in the work. So you got to put in the work, man. You can't just have the machines and you just sitting around and then you're not making nothing that sounds even decent. You making people not even want to buy the machine. You did that on that. Like, there's so many people got an X and you're like, man, you hear they work, you're like, you did. Oh man, I don't want that machine if you did it on that. Like, people don't understand. It's crazy. That was me, 606 Ice Mike, man. I was on the 606, man. That's why every machine that I get now, I'm so thankful, because I was on a limited machine. Do you know how happy I was when I started getting a sampler? I said, oh my God, I can on 606, you just got to use those drums. That's it. So imagine being on that for years, just having the same drums, couldn't do nothing with them. That's just it. When I got a sampler, bro, and I started learning how to really, oh man, I knew I could do what I want. Oh, bro, that's the mind of paying your dues and studying it. But I know how to work the machines that I'm on. I tell you that. Whatever machine I'm on, I know how to work it. I know how to work that machine. Believe me. What did you use bass sound on Young? Man, dude, everybody asks me that, and I'm going to tell you, it's hard for me to remember. I want to say maybe the JD800. I want to say maybe the JD800, because that was a lot of the bass sounds that I was using, because I had that JD800, because I didn't have like a lot of keyboards back then, but I had that. I had a D50. I know I want to say I definitely had the JD800. So I want to say the JD800, bro. I want to say definitely the JD800. And one out on the 606. The ASRX was the first machine that I mastered. That's dope. When I got my 3000, I disappeared like Batman. People were wondering if I was okay. Man, listen, when you get a machine that you studying, like I said again, look, man, you see this machine right here. Hold on. You see this machine right here? Man, I was on this thing every single day, trying to learn. I didn't know how to swing it. I didn't know how to do certain things. I just studied it. I just stayed on it and I studied it. And that's what we supposed to do. We supposed to learn these machines. And I'm going to tell you, man, every machine that y'all got right now, you should be trying to sit and see if you can make a great record on that machine. I don't care what machine it is. I don't care what machine it is. It don't have to be a big boy machine. It'd be an MPC-1. Try to make a great record that you could try to get placed on. That's always my goal, is trying to use every machine to see if it's bigger than just the machine. Because it's got to be you now. It's got to see what you can do to make you should be making that machine do magic. You know what I mean? There's some machines that's weaker than other machines, but even if I got a weaker machine, I say, okay, this machine is weak in this area, but I'm gonna run it through this. I'm gonna run it through that. You know what? I'm gonna probably run it through this tape machine and beef up the low end. Like, there's some machines are greater than other machines sonically, period. But even if you can't afford that, you should be trying to take what you got and make that sound good. So then when you do get a machine that's sonically great, you in cruise control. Because you already know how to make something that wasn't as good sound good. Now when you get something that sounds good, you in cruise control. You ain't even got to worry about it. It's going to do all the work for you. That's the great part about paying dues. That's why I tell cats, I started from having machines that weren't super powerful. They were just cool. And I learned how to get them to sound powerful. So when I finally had a powerful machine, I was like, I'm dangerous now. I'm dangerous. I can make any machine, bro. You could give me the KO, give me the Rolling 404, give me any of those machines that's really like whatever. I mean, you can give me the circuit rhythm. The Novation circuit rhythm. I promise you, I will make something dope on that. And it will sonically sound incredible because I know how to do it. So this is not a question of can people get sonics from smaller machines or whatever. This is not, majority of people can't because they don't study their craft. They don't know how. They just get these machines and think the machine is going to do it all. No, you got to know what's in these machines too. If you don't have a certain type of converters and stuff in it, then you got to say, okay, I got to get some side stuff to make this stuff bang a little bit harder. This is why you need EQ. This is why you need compression. This is why you need certain things, because certain machines it's just good for you to just make something on. It ain't going to take you to a sonic level. You got to know the pros and cons of what you're getting. So if you are in a position where you have something that's not that powerful, that's okay. You just need to know what to do to get it to sound powerful. But if you got something that's already powerful, you're in cruise control, especially if you know what to do, you know. And that's just something to think about, man, you know. And I just want to just let y'all know, man, you know, practice on what you got. You know, like I know it is a conversation of having something that's great. We do want to have some machines that sound sonically, but my message to a lot of y'all, if you're not in that position right now and you're not making records right now where, you know, you're making some type of impact, you're trying to, you know, financially getting a little something back from it, and it's making sense, why would you want to get something that's going to cost you a lot of money and you're not even bringing nothing back in from what you already got? Because if you can't do it with what you got, you're not going to be able to do it with something bigger and better. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you can't take what you have right now and make something that's dope to the ears of people, it ain't going to matter what machine you got after that point, because you don't even know the know-how on that. And that's scary. That's scary. If you can't take your Machine Plus, you can't take your KO, you can't take your Roland 404, you can't take your, I don't know what machine you got, whatever you got. If you can't make something dope from that, you don't need nothing. You don't need nothing else, bro. You don't need nothing else. Just stay on that until you start making something that sounds better. I mean, I'm just going to be totally honest with you, because it's just a waste of time now. You're just getting stuff just to try to say you're in the game. You're not in the game just because you get big machines. Just because you think you got a flagship doesn't mean you're in the game. I'm going to tell you that right now. You're going to get your feelings hurt. Learn to feel blessed to have whatever you have and have fun with that. Just don't be fooling around. Work with focus. What you need will find you. Be dope. Yeah, I totally agree, Ice Mike. Like I said again, man, I was happy with my 606. And big shout out to my brother KOC, man, because like I said again, you know, he told me to keep my, you know, because I had my 606 so long that it just didn't even work. So then when my brother Obscure Street sent me a new one, like a brand new one from the UK, I was like, all right, man, you know, I can get rid of the old one. And KO said, man, don't get rid of that. That's legendary, Ski. That's the one you started on. And I'm so glad I got, that's why you got to have great people around you. KL telling me, man, keep that, Ski. I took it to Bruce, Bruce got it back together, got it repaired, the whole nine. Now I got my original 606 I started on. Just imagine if I just threw it away and just like, okay, I got a new one now. You know, all the history that went into that machine. So I'm so glad that I kept it. And that's because of KLC. KLC telling me. And I'm so thankful, man, because now I got two 606. And I can literally pull out my 606 right now and tell y'all, like, man, bro, this is what I started on, man. This is why I'm humble towards the craft. Hold on. Let me go. I'm going to go get this machine real quick, man. I want y'all to see this. And let me read this real quick. Hold on. There's a guy. Thank you, T-Mac. I appreciate the super chat, my brother. There's a guy in New York buying all the 90s and 2000 cents, selling them for a ridiculous price. Cool. I copped a DP4, a DP4 is an AD to DA converter. Now I can put everything through it for that. That's right, man. And that DP4 is incredible, man. Check this out. Hold on one second. I want y'all to see something real quick. Let me check this out. Check this out real quick, man. I'm just gonna get a little bit. I mean, this is a little bit emotional for me because, like I said again, man, you know, when you're a young kid, man, you're trying to get in the game, and I want to bring my homeboy on here, man, too. You know, he's like my OG, man. He's seen me just rapping. If it wasn't for him, he the one that gave me. He gave me his 606. He used to be in ROTC, and I guess it was a little bit broke or whatever. And I remember him telling me, man, if I could fix it, it was mine. And I so happened to have electronic class. This to show you how hungry cats was back. Like, y'all got everything today. This is what I was saying to Bolo. Y'all got everything. With all this technology, I got everything, but why is nobody making great music like that? Like with all of this technology, y'all talk about this, you talk about that, you talk about this, you talk about that. But when you hear people music, it's not matching up to all the stuff that y'all got. We didn't have all that stuff. Let me show you. Let me show you what I had to work on for years. The first chapter of my career, probably the first maybe 10 years, if not more. This is my very first 606. Very first 606. Look at this tape. This is when I had electronics. I had my name on here. I still got this tape. This tape is from when I was in high school. In high school, man. In high school. This is all I had to master. This was it. This was it. Years and years just being on this machine. And I was blessed to get this for free and be able to take this and try to learn this. So I was step sequencing before programming, just sample pads and all of this. I was on this right here, man. And I want to thank my brother Wade, man, because think about it, man. This is how God works, man. He seen that I was passionate about it. And yeah, this wasn't working at the time when he gave it to me, but he gave me something that I was able to go fix. And this changed my life. This machine, this little machine right here changed my life. It made me passionate. And this is a prime example of just working on a machine for years and years and years, just trying to learn how to make your own beats, trying to make something, trying to have something. Y'all got everything. Y'all get on your iPhone. They got beat machines and on iPads and this and that. We didn't have that. You didn't have something like this or a Dr. Rhythm or something like that. You ain't making no beats. You're not making no beats. This was it, man. So I'm very thankful, man. This is why I'm so humble, and this is why I can talk the talk I talk about having the next stuff now, because I've been from the low end. Now it's time for me to say, look, I put in my work. Now I want my high end. I've become that professional. I've become that guy. So I can talk that talk. I don't know if y'all can talk that talk, but I can. And just to show how much I was willing to pay homage to the 606, my brother, and a big shout out to my brother. And like I said, that's why I love a lot of y'all are on here. Some of y'all got some great hearts, man. Some of y'all are some great heart guys on this live, man. A big shout out to my brother Jay Ham for holding me down. And a big shout out to my brother Obscure Street. Because Obscure Street got this as a gift for me. A brand new 606. This is the new one. And he did this out of love. He's like, Ski, man, I get the 606. But guess what we get done on here? Because that didn't have outs on here, I got now the outs on here now. So now I could go take this 606 to a whole nother level now, because now I had this modified to do some even bigger things with this 606 that I wasn't able to do back in the day. Now I had an outs on here, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. I remember your homie. Seen y'all at Best Buy. Yes, sir. You remember who? You know what I'm talking about, Black Sea? Exactly. Come on, man. Real talk. You earned the right to talk that talk and walk. Man, dude, all I'm trying to share with y'all, man, is that I've been through the storm, y'all. I'm not a guy on here just trying to get on here and trying to belittle the audience. I'm not nobody on here trying to just tell people to get high-end gear. I'm not nobody telling people, hey, man, you need to get the biggest and best gear in it. I'm trying to tell you, man, study your craft. Put in the work. Whatever you have, use it. But understand the limitations of what you have. If you don't have high-end gear, that's okay. But you do need to understand that whatever you have to study it and know what is missing too. Something. What's up with my brother? Blessings to you, bro. Blessings to you. You got to understand the limitations, man. When I had all of these limitations, this 606 wasn't going to sound like no Lindrum. This 606 wasn't going to sound like no DMX. When the LinnDrum and DMX was on, man, those was the biggest drum machines in the world. For a sound, the bass up sounding like no drums. 606 didn't come close to that. It didn't come close to that. You feel what I'm saying? I put in the work, man. T-Mac, thank you, man, for another. I paid a couple $100 for my DP4 and get the same ASR 10 sound. If the gear isn't in perfect 10 condition with the original box, it's not worth thousands of dollars. FY, don't get suckered. True. Listen to what he's saying. Something. This is why I do what I do. Equipment ain't ish. It's the talent behind it. No doubt, man. Like I had to do. Like I said again, y'all see these SP1200s. You see all of this great stuff. You see all this stuff behind it. But I work to get this stuff, y'all. I work to get this stuff. It took me years to get this. But it all started with this. And I'm going to leave y'all with that information for today. It all started because of this machine. And it was 10 years or so or more just having just this machine before I had any other machine. So when I finally got another machine and I studied this and I became a master of working this, when I got the other machines, I was that much greater because I had more knowledge of programming. I had been programming for so long that when I found something else that I could program and do even more things, it added to my repertoire. You dig what I'm saying? See, y'all got all of these tools, but y'all don't have a foundation of studying the older stuff so you can enjoy these new tools. I can enjoy new tools because I come from the foundation of the older tools. So when the new tools come, all they're doing is emulating older stuff. So I have an understanding. But a lot of y'all don't because you don't even understand compressors or limiters or the older ways. So when you see the new stuff, you're just winging it. You're just using your eyes. You're not using your ears. And this is why you have a generation of deceived people coming up. It's the same with martial arts. I'm watching cats do martial arts and they're watching MMAs. They're like, okay, I could do a jump knee and do this, but you don't have the foundation of defense. Most of these cats you watch now are getting knocked out more and more every day because they don't know how to defend. Their hands are down. They think it's a game. It's like, bro, good offense is good defense. You gotta have good defense to fight, bro. And so the martial art things, they just teach knockout, knockout, knockout. They ain't gonna teach you to defend. That's why people don't like Mayweather, because he know how to defend. So he's not entertaining enough. You just want to see niggas get knocked out. This is why y'all want the big picture, but y'all don't want to pay the foundation. The foundation is everything if you want to be great. And I can't preach that no more than that, man. Let me salute you, fam. People watch us, but don't understand it's the person at time spent on them tools that make you dope. That is 3,000% correct. And thank you so much, something. I'm trying to give you my passion, bro. I'm not on here playing games, bro. This is what I started on, y'all. This is what I started on. I want y'all to go out there and get y'all a 606 and watch the limitations. You won't be making none of the stuff you are. You're going to have to hear the same drums, the same beat every day, but it's going to make you appreciate when you get something else when you work on it as long as I did. And hopefully you'll start appreciating sound, and hopefully you'll start appreciating why I think sound is so important. Because I know the limitations of this. I understand this didn't have a big LinnDrum sound. This didn't have a big DMX sound. Not when those things was winning. I just had to be on this. But I made it work. I made it work. So I love y'all, man. Y'all have a blessed day, man. Have a blessed Monday, man. Start this Monday off beautiful, man. It's a great week. Make this a great week, man. And stay blessed, man. Stay focused, man. But study your craft. Moral story, study your craft. Vic, take us out.
Yeah. The almighty EA Ski track.
Yeah. Hey. We ain't wasting no time, getting straight to the cash. Didn't want to count it too fast, had a double bag. And we came from nothing, so you wouldn't understand. Whole lot of pains every time that I double back. Made a few flips, had a double that. Making boss moves, it don't matter where I'm at. Keep it grown in the ride, so you know I never lack. I ain't taking chances, so I'm a double back.
Spin Tacoma, dropped the pack off. Said he was doing bad, so I knocked the rack off. I had some game in the room I had to check on. And I'm the type of nigga who name you put some spec on. I hope this nigga do the right thing. Look, he better come back with the right chain. I'd hate to have to hit him with the flame. Shit, but that's part of the game. Look, now you gon' run me my money, I'ma give you some trouble. Think I'm finna let it slide, then back I'ma double. Told you when I dropped it off what you needed to pay me. You the type of nigga take my shit, then try to play me. Well look, I'm the type of nigga to bust back.
Yeah, Rich did work with Rick James.
Yeah. Trust that. Shit, let it slide, nigga, fuck that. Ski, flip a bitch, we finna double back.
We ain't wasting no time, getting straight to the cash. Didn't want it kinda too fast, had a double bag. And we came from nothing, so you wouldn't understand. Whole lot of pains every time that I double back. Made a few flips, had a double that. Making bounce moves, it don't matter where I'm at. Keep it growing in the ride, so you know I never lack. I ain't taking chances, so I'm a double.
I'm EA from the O, reppin' CA for show. Got a clip full of hits, double back with the flow. You need a hit, I got fire and plus some drum kits. And a beat
288, I
machine
hear you,
nerves
sir.
can go dumb with. Stupid, I'm down with Richie, moving hits through the city. We so heavy on vinyl, DJs get itchy. Built an empire on production and dope rhymes. And all the homies on the block get richer from dope crimes. I ain't got that kind of time for the police. I'm in the Starship in the crib cooking mo beats. See, I be decorating walls, halls full of platinum and gold. Another track, another million souls. Beating up the track like a pimp in the hole while I'm staying solidified in the midst of the O. All that trolling on your computer is whack. You gon' make your block hot if I have to double back.
We ain't wasting no time, getting straight to the cash. Didn't want it kinda too fast, had a double back.
DJs get itchy.
Nothing, so you wouldn't understand. Whole lot of pains every time that I double back. Made a few flips, had a double that. Making bounce moves, it don't matter where I'm at. Keep it growing in the ride, so you know I never lack. I ain't taking chances, so I'm a double back.
I'm a double back. Shout out to my brother Rich, man. Y'all can go to easki.com and get that on the site if you want it. Slaps, no, go check it out.
The almighty EA Ski track.
Real Mad Beats, what's up, son?
We ain't wasting no time, getting straight to the cash. Didn't want it
Thank you,
kinda
Ice
too
Mike.
fast, had a double back. And we came from nothing, so you wouldn't understand. Whole lot of pains every time that I double back. Made a few flips, had a double that. Making bounce moves, it don't matter where I'm at. Keep it growing in the ride, so you know I never lack. I ain't taking chances, so I'm a double back.
Spin Tacoma, dropped the pack off. Said he was doing bad, so I knocked the rack off. I had some game in the room I had to check on. And I'm the type of nigga who name you put some spec on. I hope this nigga do the right thing. Look, he better come back with the right chain. I'd hate to have to hit him with the flame. Shit, but that's part of the game. Look, now you gon' run me my money, I'ma give you some trouble. Think I'm finna let it slide, then back I'ma double. Told you when I dropped it off what you needed to pay me. You the type of nigga take my shit, then try to play me. Well look, I'm the type of nigga to bust back. And you gon' run it in, trust that. Shit, let it slide, nigga, fuck that. Ski, flip a bitch, we finna double back.
We ain't wasting no time, getting straight to the cash. Didn't want it kinda too fast, had a double bag. And we came from nothing, so you wouldn't understand. Whole lot of pains every time that I double back. Made a few flips, had a double that. Making bounce moves, it don't matter where I'm at. Keep it growing in the ride, so you know I never lack. I ain't taking chances, so I'm a double
I'm EA
back.
from the O, reppin' CA for show. Got a clip full of hits, double back with the flow. You need a hit, I got fire and plus some drum kits. And a beat machine nerves can go dumb with. Stupid, I'm down with Richie, moving hits through the city. We so heavy on vinyl, DJs get itchy. Built an empire on production and dope rhymes. And all the homies on the block get richer from dope crimes. I ain't got that kind of time for the police. I'm in the Starship in the crib cooking mo beats. See, I be decorating walls, halls full of platinum and gold. Another track, another million souls. Beating up the track like a pimp in the hole while I'm staying solidified in the midst of the O. All that trolling on your computer is whack. You gon' make your block hot if I have to double back.
We ain't wasting no time, getting straight to the cash. Didn't want it kinda too fast, had a double bag. And we came from nothing, so you
Ariana.
wouldn't understand. Whole lot of pains every time that I double back. Made a few flips, had a double that. Making bounce
all
moves,
good.
it don't matter where I'm at. Keep it growing in the ride, so you know I never lack. I ain't taking chances, so I'm a double back.
Thank you, Wayne. I appreciate it. 2888, man. Listen, it's all good, man. You know, I mean, if I get some chance and I get a chance to listen to your stuff, whatever, it's all love, brother. You know, I love, getting feedback, man. Just hit me on my consultation, bro, so we can chop it up and I can listen to it when I have some time. I mean, we can do what we do. You know what I mean? So, we'll get a chance to chop it up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And go from there. Something, man. Hit me on my IG. Send me your number. I'm gonna call you and we'll chop it up. All right. Put the other song with you and Be Legit. Man, I'm gonna catch y'all. On the next one, man. I'll let you check the Be Legit one out. Oh, I'll play a little snippet of the Be Legit. Hold on. I'll play a little snippet of the Be Legit. Hold on.
My nigga EA Ski, IMGMI, Be Legit, let's get it. EA Ski, Be Legit, let's get it. EA Ski, Be Legit. 100 pounds underground in the feds trying to find it. Guns underneath the rug, blood in my diamonds. Independent albums, majors wanna holler. For every 10,000, that's $100,000. Sell a million albums, that's a rap nigga dream. I'd rather sell a million dub sacks to the fiends. Told my whole team, put me overseas. Baby, I'm a beast from the bay to Belize. Call the police, he keep him on the leash. I keep him in the east with bikinis on the beach. And I don't do the duck, I stick to the dugging. These diamonds on my wrist got these Harlem bitches bugging. Beeler do the grubbing, table full of beef. Sorry, but I'm cheap and my Bentley is a lease. Could've got the Phantom, but my money in the streets. And y'all be on that goofy, and to me that's obsolete. Yeah, ski, be legit, let's get it. Yeah, ski, be legit. Yeah, ski, be legit, let's get it.
Y'all beware, man. I'm about to work on my album, man. I'm working on my album. I'm telling you. Working on my album's going crazy, man. Crazy, man. Thank you, my brother, and some. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you. DJ Lou B, yeah, Ray, Steve Theater, right? Yeah, man. Thank you, sir. Hey, man, you got to be a genius. I'm going to give myself flowers. You got to be a genius to reduplicate a record and make it sound pretty much damn spot on to the original and then add other pieces around it. Like, come on, man. Y'all can't take that from me, bro. Y'all can't take that from me. Y'all just can't take that from me. You cannot say that don't sound like the original and that don't sound like that that is a remake. That is a straight up remake. And I added my own elements around it and gave it its own character, but you got the feeling of it, but it feels like the original. Come on, man. You can't do that with modern machines. You got to work harder to get that to sound like that. If it wasn't for me pulling out my actual 808, my actual TR-808, I would have never got that to sound as real as the original record. That is my actual TR-808, man. This is why I'll be like, this older gear has a chemistry and a character to some of the stuff we grew up on. If you want to make modern music, then that's cool. But if you want to make the music that you grew up on, you might have to go back and search for that sound, because it's going to be hard to attain that just going in the box and pulling plugins. It's not, the sound and algorithm is totally different. And a lot of people are just missing the mark. I'm never going to go and make a record that I'm trying to reduplicate from the 90s or the 80s or the 70s and use modern machine. I'm just not. It's an oxymoron. It goes away the way the sound supposed to sound. Send a super chat. Y'all don't understand what it's like to put out music to the audience, to people. Man, thank you, brother. I really appreciate it, man. T-Mac, that beat is the realest. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it, man. Like I said again, I'm working hard, man. And I'm gonna take y'all on my journey with me as I'm working on this album. I'm gonna show y'all some of the stuff me and Cube working on for my album. I'm gonna show you some of the stuff I'm doing with Exhibit. Just some of the stuff that I'm doing that's gonna be incredible, but it's not gonna be just based upon features. My album's gonna be based upon the chemistry and the content. You know, the records that I got featured with cats is gonna be because it fits, the content fits their thing as well as mine, and it brings that cohesiveness so we could talk about it from different perspectives, right? Like even with the double back, you hear me and Rich, we talking about two different things, but his example of double back and my example of double back, and it makes a great record, and we're not both saying the same thing. So when the audience hear it, they get a chance to be like, oh man, this is his perspective, but damn, that's what makes for great records. We can't have the same perspective on records, and you hear people making records and they all just sound the same perspective. That's boring. That's we supposed to get something from people like, damn, that's the way you think. Oh, that's the way Ski think. Oh, damn, that's the way Cube think. You get three cats on a record, they supposed to have different perspectives that make one cohesive record. And we're not getting that anymore. Everybody's saying the same thing, and they sound like the same person on the same record. And this is why records are coming and going. There's nothing to hold your attention. So my goal, as I'm studying and watching, is to bring y'all into these records. And I'm going to do my best to make the best records for y'all, man. So God bless y'all, man. Y'all have a blessed day, man. And that's good shit. My partner Prozac is like that. He's a standalone type of producer. Shout out to my brother Prozac, man. I love Prozac. That's my brother, man. That's my brother, man. Shout out to him. Good brother, man. Always been solid with me from day one, period. Y'all have a blessed day, man. God bless, man. I'll holler at you later, man. Hit me up something. Hit me up.